Every year, the rules get thicker, the lines get blurrier, and a lot of good folks end up on the wrong side of the law without even realizing it. 2025 just dropped a new set of traps, and if you're not paying attention, one wrong move could cost you your rights, your money, or worse, your freedom. Now, I'm not here to stir panic. I'm here to make sure you know exactly what's changed, what the ATF is really enforcing, and how to stay on the safe side without giving up a single inch of your Second Amendment rights. So grab a seat, maybe grab your coffee, and listen close. Because some of these updates turn everyday gun owners into dealers, felons, or restricted individuals overnight. Let's break it down, piece by piece. You've probably heard the word ghost gun thrown around like it's some secret weapon out of a movie. But this year, that word just got a whole new meaning. The Supreme Court stepped in, and under Bondi versus Vanderstock, they made it official. Unfinished frames and lowers, those 80% kits, are now considered firearms. That means serial numbers, background checks, and FFL paperwork every single time. Doesn't matter if you're just a hobbyist building one in your garage. If it can fire, it's now under the same rules as something you'd buy straight off the shelf. The ATF isn't playing around either. They've been sweeping local shops, seizing unmarked receivers, and sending letters to people who bought kits online months ago. Even one unfinished frame sitting half-drilled on your bench could raise red flags. What used to be weekend projects for enthusiasts are now legal liabilities, and that's hitting the builder community hard. The same folks who helped pioneer home machining and precision gunsmithing for decades. They're not criminals, they're craftsmen. But the law doesn't care about skill, only serials. If you're working on a build right now, stop and make sure you're compliant. Get that part serialized, log it properly, and don't trust social media rumors about grandfathered kits. Most of that talk's outdated. The government doesn't call these build parts anymore. They call them firearms. And that one word changed everything. This one's sneaky, and it's tripping up a lot of honest folks. The ATF just redefined what it means to be engaged in the business of selling firearms. Used to be simple. If you made your living buying and selling guns, you needed an FFL. Now, all it takes is intent, or at least what they say looks like intent. If you sell a few guns from your collection, even just to free up cash for a new build, they can call that a business. No storefront, no employees, no fancy website, just a pattern of sales, or even one post that sounds too commercial. That's all it takes for the feds to come knocking. People are already getting hit for it. A retired veteran in Texas sold 3 pistols over 6 months, all legal transfers, and still got flagged for unlicensed dealing. Another guy flipped a couple rifles online, posted "priced to move fast," and that one phrase got him labeled a dealer. Small-town FFL holders are seeing the writing on the wall. Some are closing up shop because they can't afford the compliance risk or the paperwork grind. Others have switched to consignment only, just to stay out of the gray area. So if you're selling, cover yourself like it's a business, even if it's not. Keep copies of bills of sale, track dates, document who bought what, and don't post flashy captions that could be misread. Because now it's not about quantity, it's about perception. And perception can get you raided faster than intent ever will. At the end of the day, this isn't about stopping criminals, it's about control through confusion. So stay smart, stay documented, and treat every sale like someone's watching, because odds are, they are. Colorado just dropped a hammer most people didn't see coming. Senate Bill 25003 bans the sale, transfer, or import of what they now call assault weapons. And that definition stretches farther than you'd think. We're talking about semi-auto rifles with threaded barrels, pistol grips, adjustable stocks, or even certain muzzle devices. You can still own what you already have, but you can't sell it, gift it, or even hand it off to a buddy for a weekend hunt. That rifle becomes a permanent part of your personal history. Try to transfer it, and you're looking at criminal charges that carry real time. Dealers are scrambling. Some have trucks rolling east before the law takes effect, moving inventory out of state just to stay solvent. Others are eating massive losses. Boxes of rifles they can't legally sell sitting behind the counter collecting dust. And here's the kicker. Law enforcement's confused too. Different counties are interpreting the ban differently, leaving both officers and citizens in legal limbo. It's chaos disguised as policy. Meanwhile, the folks who actually follow the law, collectors, hunters, veterans, are the ones getting punished. The bad actors won't care, but you and I will. If you're in Colorado, document every firearm you own, print receipts, and know where each one came from. Because when the rules start shifting under your feet, paperwork becomes armor. This isn't about what you own today. It's about what they'll call illegal tomorrow. Stay alert, because Colorado's move could be the test run for half the country. Colorado's not slowing down, and this one hits concealed carriers right where it hurts. Starting July 1st, 2025, every new CCW permit now requires 8 full hours of in-person training with live fire on the range. No shortcuts, no quick online modules, and no more 1-hour safety classes from the comfort of your couch. Now, in theory, better training sounds great. But the way they rolled it out? Total mess. Many rural counties don't even have certified instructors within driving distance, and those who do exist are booked solid for months. The state raised the standard, but didn't build the infrastructure to meet it. Folks who got their permits years ago are learning that renewals no longer count. Some are being told they'll need to take the full course again. 8 hours, new fees, new paperwork. And for people who bought online courses before this law hit, those certificates just became expensive scrap paper. Range owners are also feeling the squeeze. Liability insurance costs shot up, and many can't host qualifying courses without upgrading their facilities. What was once a weekend refresher now feels like an obstacle course of bureaucracy. The message is clear. It's not about making you safer. It's about making it harder. More hoops, more fees, fewer lawful carriers. And the sad truth? A lot of responsible folks are just giving up. So don't wait for the reminder letter. Get the training done early, document every step, and keep your records. Because when the system gets this complicated, being prepared isn't optional. It's survival. New York rolled out another wave of restrictions, and this one's more like a net than a rule book. The new 2025 package is a cluster of laws working together to squeeze ownership from every angle. Parts, purchases, and even payment methods. First, they outlawed auto sears completely. Doesn't matter if it's metal, plastic, or printed. Simple possession now means felony time. Even having a picture of one on your phone during a search could get you questions you don't want to answer. Then there's the merchant tracking system. Every time you swipe your card for ammo or gear, those new merchant category codes tag the purchase. It doesn't matter if it's a cleaning kit or a single box of 22 LR, the transaction still gets flagged as firearm-related. And if your bank doesn't like it, they can freeze or question your account. Gun stores are also under new orders. They have to display government-mandated warning signs about gun storage and restricted zones, right there next to the ammo shelves. A few owners ripped them down in protest, and they're already getting hit with fines. To make it worse, insurance carriers and shipping companies are quietly tightening their policies too. A few FFL holders lost their coverage overnight because the state's risk index reclassified them as high liability. This isn't random. It's coordinated. A full court press to make owning, buying, and even paying for your Second Amendment rights as inconvenient as possible. If you're in New York, the safest thing you can do right now is go old school. Cash transactions, trusted shops, and local range networks. Because at this rate, they won't have to confiscate anything. The system will just starve it out. Delaware's new HB 311 slipped under most people's radar. But it's one of those quiet laws that can ruin your life without you ever realizing you broke it. Starting January 1st, 2025, the state expanded its safe school zones to cover universities, community colleges, and their surrounding parking lots. And yes, the parking lots count. So if you pull into a campus lot to drop off your kid, grab a book, or attend a class while legally carrying, you're already committing a crime the moment your wheels stop turning. Even if your firearm stays locked inside your car, it's still considered possession within a prohibited zone. That means no intent, no threat, no warning, just an instant charge. It doesn't matter if you've got a valid CCW, a spotless record, and decades of responsible ownership. Under this law, All that goes out the window. People are already getting blindsided. An off-duty security guard got cited after attending a community safety seminar. Irony at its finest. Another case involved a veteran dropping his kid off at a campus dorm. One officer noticed a holster in the car, and that was it. Misdemeanor charge, firearm confiscated. Law enforcement isn't happy either. Some officers privately admit it's hard to enforce without targeting ordinary folks, but the statute gives them no discretion. If they see it, they have to act. So if you're anywhere near Delaware campuses, map your routes carefully, park outside the boundaries, and don't rely on common sense to keep you safe. The law changed quietly, but the penalties hit loud. Because once again, the problem isn't criminals, it's compliance traps waiting for people who actually follow the rules. At the end of the day, none of this should surprise us. Every year, they rewrite the rules a little tighter, hoping we won't notice until it's too late. But we pay attention. We read the fine print, and we keep training anyway. Because being a responsible gun owner in 2025 isn't just about marksmanship. It's about awareness, knowing the law before it knows your name. So stay alert, stay legal, and don't let confusion turn into conviction. That's how we protect our rights, one informed decision at a time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay sharp.